My name is Hayden Hartzog, and I'm saying my speech on the conservation of white-tailed deer. So, how many of y'all have ever harvested a deer? Well, I'm going to assume most of you have. So, what have you done to pay back that deer herd? If you understand what I'm saying when I say that. There's more to hunting than going out on this piece of property and just taking a deer just because you want to. So if everybody went out and just harvested a deer, well, there goes our deer numbers. They already have so many predators after them from the time they're born to the time they get old age, and between the diseases and the predators, I mean, everything's out together. So I'm going to go over three main points on how to conserve your local deer herd. And the reason I chose this topic is because I have managed roughly over 3,000 acres of property in the last 6 years of my life. So I do have a lot of experience doing this, and I really, really enjoy it because it makes it more than just let's go sit in a deer stand and let's go kill a deer. It's a all year long. I mean, you do it all year. So you have to know your current deer herd, and here's my three main points. If you can see that. First one is know your current deer herd. So you have to get to know them. So you're gonna take your piece of property. You're gonna look at aerial maps, and the best way to get to know your deer herd is basically just put out feed. You establish feed stations, and in Mississippi it's legal to feed in a feeder that cannot pour out onto the ground. That's big. Feeder at least 100 yards away from your deer stand. So they make wild game cameras. Establish your cameras in your feed stations, and you're going to instantly start getting pictures of deer. And it goes from there. So once you see how high your deer numbers are, how low your deer numbers are, or what the age category are. Some of these properties are so small that it doesn't hold a lot of deer. So the deer numbers stay on other pieces of property. Well, then you have your neighbors that hunt. So they harvest deer. If they're harvesting bucks that are 3 years old, because that's all they think are out there, well, you're never going to get anything older than that. And same with your does. Well, if they shoot every single doe that doesn't have a fawn, well, maybe there's a point that there's barren does. Well, once you know your deer herd, you want to improve your habitat farm. You see what would improve it. If you have pines and they have no browse underneath it, you're going to want to establish browse, natural browse. You set up those feed stations I'm talking about. That is the number one way to improve your deer herd, through protein and color. And it helps you know what's out there. So when you see this little bitty buck, you're not going to want to shoot this little bitty buck because you know that there's a bigger one out there. So you're going to want to hold out on that. You're going to know that you only have this certain amount of does coming in. So you don't want to take this doe because there's an older deer out there that would be better to get off the property. So number 3 is manage your herd. And that's what I'm about to get into, because when you set up these feed stations and you got your cameras out, it's a learning experience in itself. And it takes more than a month to figure out and to get all your deer on camera. So you're going to get pictures of these little bucks that are young. They don't have what makes this deer young is they don't have a sagging brisket, their chest plate. It's not loose skin. They don't have a big neck. Their snout is more long and pointed. They're a young deer. They haven't matured at all. They're going to weigh less. And your does, okay? So you have does. Well, some does have twins. It's just a genetic. And they'll have twins every year. Some of them will. And then some does won't have any at all. They're barren. And there's a lot that goes into making a doe barren. It can be born like that, genetics, or there's certain crops now that are Roundup ready that are making these does barren. Well, you're not going to want a barren doe on your place. All she's doing is taking up this browse that could be feeding your other deer, your bucks, your small deer, your does, and the does that are going to have twins. That improves your deer numbers. So if you have high deer numbers, you're going to want, depending on how big your property is, you might want to lower those deer numbers. So you're going to want to take those does that have twins every single year. Because you don't need a deer that's going to produce twins when one of them, most of the time, is, I don't want to say it's like 60% of the time, and that's off Wikipedia, is going to be a buck and a doe, the small twins. So the doe, when the buck starts getting older, well, it doesn't want to be inbred, so it's going to run that little bitty buck off, and then there goes your genetics to your place. So you really don't want to lose that if you're letting these big bucks go, spread genetics. Well, so, and it all boils down to what your property's like, and it varies. But you do these 3 points, and your deer herd is going to go up drastically. And main reason I'm doing this speech is because I'm tired of going out in my woods and hearing my neighbors shoot and coming back to my house and seeing them with a deer that was 2 years old or 3 years old. Let the deer mature. Watch it. That's the best part of hunting, to me. And harvesting a mature animal. And that makes it more fun for you, and it's not so bad on the animal. Alright, so now that you know those 3 points, try to do that when you're out in the woods. Try to give back.